Hey guys, it's Bree here. Welcome back to Call Me After Coffee. Thank you so much for joining. Today I'm going to be doing my August wrap-up, and this is going to be like the shortest wrap-up ever because I have already talked a couple of these books to death. If you didn't see that video, I will link it up here. But the first two, I did make it to 3 books this month, but the first book that I read this month was Gemina, which was kind of a miss for me, kind of a lot a miss for me. I did read the entire trilogy, I did have fun, but book 2 is definitely by far the worst for me. I think I ended up giving it a 2. I'm trying not to base ratings too heavily on stars anymore because things get confusing. But anyway, this one was by far the weakest book I thought of the trilogy. Again, if you want a really in-depth review on the whole trilogy, the whole thing, I do have that card that popped up above my head a minute ago. And then after finishing Gemina, I actually finished Obsidio right in a row. I finished all 3 books in a week actually, but the week happened to flip from July to August. So that was kind of a bummer, but I did read them all in 1 week. Obsidio, again, was better than Gemina. I don't know if it was better than the first, but I had a lot of qualms with the trilogy as a whole. There's a trope that happened over and over and over, like in each book, that just really kind of killed it for me. No pun intended if you saw my review here that I keep talking about. Anyway, those are the first 2 books that I read this month. Kind of a miss as far as how high the hype train made that for me. Maybe that was part of the letdown as well. The last book that I read this month is Pride and Prejudice by Jane Austen, and I am so excited that I finally read this one. I picked it up not that long ago, actually. It has not been sitting on my TBR as long as some of the other classics that I own. Wuthering Heights, Les Miserables. But anyway, this one I think I picked up in the spring, and it just seemed like a summer read to me. I don't know why, but I feel like the summertime was a nice time. It was obviously there were some parts of the book that weren't cheery, but I felt like this book was very cozy and sweet, and I loved every minute of it. I didn't think any of the pacing dragged at all. It didn't seem drawn out. I was really excited to pick it up again and again and again. I just didn't want to set it down. When I went to Yosemite, I didn't read more than maybe 15 pages. I was just so busy exploring and stuff. I didn't know if I would read a lot or a little. It ended up being a little. But as soon as I got home, I dove into this book and I crushed it in a few days because I just didn't want to put it down. I really loved the writing. I thought, this might be because of reading Jane Eyre last year and a couple classics in between, but the older style of writing wasn't as hard for my brain to ingest. I really loved this. I loved Lizzie. I loved Jane. I just loved the story. I thought it was so sweet, so wonderful. I have nothing bad to say about this book. Pretty sure I gave this one 5 stars. I loved everything about it. It was the perfect time to read it, and I would obviously recommend this, which clearly doesn't really need to be said because it's a classic for a reason and it's loved for a reason, and I had lots of tabs. I had lots of fun. Just very excited that I finally read that book. And now I really want to pick up Sense and Sensibility. I have it in a shopping cart. I just haven't checked it out yet. But at some point I do want to order a copy of that as well. I love to find, I don't know what it is, but especially with classics, if it's going to sit on my shelf for a while and maybe I'll get to it, maybe I won't, I don't know. I want them to at least be really pretty. So I always look for either older copies or ones with fancy covers. I don't know what it is. Just classics just need to be extra sweet to me. Anyway, that's all that I've got for my August wrap up. I didn't read a lot in August. I was really busy in August. I had a vacation, all kinds of stuff. But I am glad that I finished my 3 book quota because that makes me feel good. I did also, just quick honorable mention, read maybe 100 pages or more of Clash of Kings, but didn't do a lot of that one. Wasn't reaching for it a lot. I really want to finish that one just so that I can move on with the rest of the series because I remember reading the rest of the books much faster than this one. But this one just, oh man, I don't love it like I thought I did. It's just not cutting the mustard here. Anyway, I'm going to end this here. Let me know down below what's your favorite classic. If you read classics, or if you don't like classics, tell me what your least favorite is, if you've read any. While you're down there, don't forget to hit subscribe and the bell next to it so you don't miss future notifications. I do upload most Mondays and Thursdays, and if not, it's usually Tuesday and Thursday. usually twice a week for anybody who cares. Anyway, I will talk to you guys all super soon. Thank you so much for watching. Bye.